As you can hear, there's still planes going overhead. Lots of planes still flying. Doesn't make sense really, does it? For all on lockdown, only essential travel allowed. Why is there any flights? We're certainly past the point of where people would have been returning home from holiday naturally, because the lockdown's been on for more than, well, what, 3 weeks? So we'd have, what's he doing? We'd be past the point of when they'd have been returning naturally anyway. So I just don't understand why there's flights if we're locked down. You keep hearing people saying, you know, oh, it'll be over soon, don't worry, just carry on. I've just been speaking to somebody who I used to work with at British Gas. Hang on. Yeah, I've just been speaking to somebody, as I was saying there, before everything collapsed on me. Used to work with her at British Gas, and she's still working there. We're all working from home now. Got company laptops. They're using their own internet though. These big bloody companies are saving a fortune. They'll be getting rid of all their offices, and they'll just have people using their homes as workplaces. Another bloody benefit. But I keep hearing all this. Only a few more weeks. Only a few more weeks. Well, they're expected to extend it by another 3 weeks. Sometime this week. Now, 3 weeks. I've got to say, 3 weeks into this, a lot of people, you know, the brainwashing's worked on them, that they're happy with it. There's a lot of people that aren't. But if they're told just another 3 weeks, they might just keep them at bay for a bit longer. Stop a huge reaction. Just stop mounds of people going out. It's bank holiday weekend, Easter bank holiday weekend. Glorious weather. Looks cloudy, but it's still nice. I'm out in a t-shirt, for crying out loud. I never go out in a t-shirt. But they'll keep people at bay with this because it's short periods of time each time. I have to change arms, my arm's aching. This ain't going to end anytime soon. Make the most of this beautiful scenery. This could be the last time you bleed and see it. I was saying in my video the other day how some of the powers that have been brought in under this coronavirus bill, very worrying, where they can force vaccinate you, force immune you, you know. There's a channel, Observation Deck, who actually went through it as well. I saw that video last night. He does a brilliant job actually, and I'll be covering those myself in shorter videos so that they're more palatable for people to watch. I'll leave a link to that video though, because there's a horrifying scene in it where a man in America, now we can't confirm the date of this, I've not managed to find the original clip yet, so I can't confirm when this happened, if it's during this pandemic, scamdemic, I don't know. But if it is, then it's a room full of what I assume are doctors and nurses. It's what they're dressed like, but it doesn't have to be. the army can do it, or any of these volunteers, they can do it. And as he pointed out in his video, they're not even CRB checking. They're not checking criminal record backgrounds of people who want to do this. Now, they'd never announce that. They'd never say that. Even if that wasn't their intention, they would never announce it. Why have they done that? Because they want wrong-uns. They want people who think more of money than anything else. And that's what a criminal generally is. Somebody who robs a post office or something like that, they're doing it because they're greedy people. They like money. They value money over everything. They know they're risking their freedom by doing it, but they don't care because it's that money. That's the kind of people they're getting to volunteer. There'll be good people volunteering as well, but they won't use them. It's not a good situation at all, is it? There is no end coming up to this. As far as I can see, they're going to carry it on throughout all of summer. And I don't ever think they'll take it all back. I don't think they'll ever take all the regulations back. They'll keep stuff in place. And what they'll do is they'll put things like on a temporary hold, because they'll say, oh well, there's a chance it could come back again, so we're going to take these powers back for now, but they can be activated at any time without having to go through Parliament or anything. There was a big, I'm going to have to swap hands. There was a big push here in the UK while Parliament was still in, where they wanted to take away the right for burial. And it was actually the Jewish and Muslim communities that fought against that. Most people didn't care, but it's important to them for their religions. And because it was argued, they actually had to take that out the bill and say, well, okay, we can't force cremations. Now, why would they want to do that? Well, their argument would be it's easier than burying a load of people. We haven't got the room. We haven't got the room to bury a load of people. They have. They can do mass burials. Saw something going on in New York about that. No, the reason they want to cremate people is like all criminals. They need to get rid of the evidence. You burn a body, you can't then go on and test it and say, right, well, did they really die of this or not? Because we know they're fudging the figures. We know that death certificates are being marked up as COV ID 19, whatever they fucking call it, when it could well be other things, and is generally other things. At least nature gets undisturbed for a bit. And you know, it's out that water. Bloody hell, it's filthy. Anyway. We're screwed. We're absolutely screwed. Everybody I've spoke to in person, at a 2 metre distance obviously, because that's how everybody does it now. And I say to them, it's never going back to normal. And they go, oh, it will, it will. I said, do you think in the future you'll dare step closer to me than you are now? And they go, well, no, but maybe that's not a bad thing. It's like, what? You honestly think that people staying away from each other is a good thing? I don't. That's not being human to me. I mean, if it picks up people's hand washing habits a bit more, maybe that's a good thing. I mean, bleeding hell. That's a pet gripe of mine, that. When I'm on the bus and you grab the pole because the bus drivers can't drive, slamming on the accelerator and the brake, you're flying down to the front of the bus and your hand goes on this greasy pole. Yeah, I'd welcome people washing their hands more, but not under these circumstances. Everything they've done here is wrong. They've used no logic whatsoever in what they've done. Sweden didn't lock down, and their figures are bumbling along about the same as ours. This is a worldwide takeover. Make no mistake about it. And it ain't going away until they've got everything they want. I said a couple of weeks ago, I think this is a test rollout. They'll see how it goes, and then maybe next year step it up more. I was wrong. I mean, it's possible it was a test rollout at that point, and they just saw how well it's gone and thought, fuck it, carry on. There's no resistance. I mean, there is little pockets here and there, but on the whole, nothing. The controls you see on people now, it gets rolled back a little bit, where they were doing checkpoints, then the police threatened they actually started doing it. They announced, we're going to start checking people's trolleys while they're shopping. Make sure you're shopping for essential items. And there was some pushback with that, and they had to back down a bit. But every time they've backed down on anything, within 3 or 4 days, they're doing it again. And this is what they do. They do it, they get a bit of pushback, they back down, and then they just do it again until people stop pushing back. We need to keep pushing back. You need to flood your local MP 5-10 letters a day. Grind them down the way the World Health Organization has ground them down. Because these politicians, they're not the evil elites behind this. In the end days, many will be deceived, including those elected in high office. And they have been. They've been totally deceived. Did Boris really have coronavirus? I don't know. Was it just a publicity stunt to make everybody feel sorry for him and support him? Because everybody loves a victim. Possibly. But he might have really had it. He might have been given it. I mean, I'm quite sure a Prime Minister gets regular checkups. Maybe even daily. In with a doctor first thing in the morning. Just give you a little injection here. This'll help. Next thing, he's down with it. I don't know if that's what's happened, but I wouldn't put it past these people. Boris Johnson's a very good actor. He acts like a complete oaf, and a lot of people think he is, but he's not. He's quite an intelligent man, actually. And I do think he's been deceived with this, but I also consider the possibility that no, he's well on the train with it. I'm going to do some short videos, well, short for me anyway. I'm going to try and keep them below 10 minutes to go through different parts of the COVID-19 coronavirus, whatever you want to call it, act pass through Parliament, and show you the things that I think are concerning. And again, as I said the other day, I've still not managed to find any part in there that enforces these lockdown rules. And as I said in that, they keep calling it guidance, guidelines. Use all these fancy phrases. They never say it's law. So we'll see, we'll see. As I say, I'll do it in as short of videos as possible so that it's easier to digest than stuff like this with me just waffling on and waffling on. Time is really short now. We have not got long. If we don't push back on this now, if we don't stand up against this, we're all screwed forever.